Turnkey is the most overused, most misunderstood word in real estate, especially here in the Villages, Florida. It can cost you a lot of money. You may miss out on the perfect home because you're laser focused on wanting a turnkey property. But in this episode today, we're going to discuss everything that turnkey means, what it means to you as the buyer, what it means to you as the seller. I'm going to fix all of the bad language that you're reading out there and make sure you completely understand what you're getting into, good and crap, because there's a lot of crap out there when it comes to purchasing a turnkey property. My name is Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in the Villages, Florida. I work with buyers relocating from all over the country, and I work with sellers who have built beautiful homes, remodeled them, and are ready to sell them, and they want to pass everything on for whatever reason. We're going to get into the reasons a little later, so you want to stick with me. I'm not here to tell you what sounds good. You know me. I'm here to tell you the truth. So let's talk, what does turnkey actually mean, what it doesn't mean, and what you need to do before you write a contract, sellers, before you list the home, and before you accept an offer. So first, let me tell you, click in the description box below. You're going to see a highlight. I do have a giveaway. It is a checklist for buyers and sellers when you're getting into buying and selling a turnkey property. It goes over some of the things we're going to talk about today, whether you're going to sell the furniture or you are going to offer it in the price of the home. So you want to make sure you click on that link below and get that document today. All right, so let's go back to what the definition is, because this is where people get, they get into trouble when they're thinking about turnkey, because generally it means clean, functional, ready for immediate occupancy. No major repairs, no renovations. You can just move your stuff in. So in most markets, that's how it works. But here in this market, in the Villages, turnkey means a lot of different things, believe it or not. It can mean just ready to occupy, but primarily turnkey implies that everything is included in the home. And that's where we really need to get clear on the definition of what's included, because I've seen it listed as turnkey, but they mean furnished. And when they say furnished, they're talking furniture. They're not talking about the coffee pot, the pots and pans, the dishes, the silverware, the bedding, sheets, pillowcases, towels, any of those things that complete a home might not necessarily mean that. So you always need to be clear. So it could be furnished, where it's just furniture. It could truly be turnkey, where everything, no matter what, is going. Or it could be furniture and all the dishes, all the kitchenware, sheets, pillowcases, but the seller wants to keep some things. Could be, I don't know, you can't really see this here, but that's a picture of my grandmother. If I were to sell this home turnkey, I certainly am not going to leave the new buyers with my grandmother's photograph. I don't know, they might want it, but they can't have it. So you need to really clearly understand what that means, which is why, again, buyers and sellers, get that sheet listed below, because it'll help you out tremendously when you're getting ready to get that house on the market or you're ready to make an offer. But the word turnkey in the MLS listing is not legally binding. So if it's not written into the contract, you could find yourself without furniture that you thought you were getting. But let me expand on this. So in our purchase and sale agreement, there are particular items, which I'm going to show you over here, that we don't need to add into the contract language because it's already there. Things that are considered part of the home, the appliances, those things will stay. The garbage disposal, like an ice maker, but you look here, you'll see everything that is included part of the contract. The things that are not included as part of the contract are a washer dryer, the water filtration. Those things are considered plumbing. If you don't write it into the contract, you might find out you walk in and there's no washer dryer when you thought there would be. And I learned that with the very first contract I wrote. My broker at the time told me, always write in washer dryer, because you don't want to have to go out and buy a washer dryer for someone when they move in or they go to close and there's no washer dryer there because you didn't include it in the contract. The water filtration and water softeners as well are considered plumbing, and I learned that the hard way. And I'm going to tell you some stories as we go along, so because I got a lot of them. We were doing a deal, and the seller had a very expensive water softener and another water softener. They wanted to trade out the really good one to put it in their new house, and my seller was a little upset. My buyers, were a little upset because they thought it was coming with the home. And technically it didn't have to. They switched it out. Everyone was fine. They had the water softener in there, but you have to watch those things because your realtor may end up buying you a water softener system. So be diligent when you're looking at your contracts, what's included. And again, we want to write everything into the contract, whether it's a separate addendum or just on the line. Turnkey with a golf cart as viewed during our visit on March 2nd, 2026. So you want to be very clear. If you're purchasing a turnkey home, you want to make sure you open everything up. Make sure it's worth it, because here's the example. When I bought Clara's Cottage, it was being sold turnkey. And just at first viewing, everything looks okay. But when you get into the nitty gritty, like I started opening up the drawers and looking at the pots, and it was gross. I threw everything in the kitchen out. That means some of the dishes were okay, but they weren't going to match my style. Everything in that kitchen was tossed. The 2-bedroom, the furniture in the bedrooms, I sold. And I bought new. Well, I didn't buy new. I bought it at an estate sale. The only thing I really ended up keeping in there was the sofa, which I had cleaned, and I put covers on it, and I'll show you over here. And I kept the dining room table and chairs, but I have since changed that out, and I sold that. I sold that about 2 months ago. And what else did I keep in there? Yeah, that was it. Everything else went. I did not buy it because it was turnkey. I bought it because the house is a good buy and was right around the corner from my house. That's why I purchased it. So beware. And I know if you watch The Village's Chief, one of his first videos was about he bought a turnkey house. And the turnkey in there was, not very nice. And he ended up getting rid of everything and buying new. So if you are again, I just said this earlier, laser focused on turnkey, you might be missing out on a beautiful home because you wanted to make sure it had furniture. And seriously, it is easy enough to go to the furniture store and say, I want this, I want this, I want this, because they're going to deliver it and set it up. Amazon is going to bring everything right to the house. And if you're looking at buying a home turnkey, but you can't find one turnkey, check this out. I have a list of everything that I bought and purchased at Clara's Cottage. Everything, mattress, quilts, sheets, towels, dishes, glasses, utensils, artwork, everything that I purchased in that home is on this list. There's a QR code there. It is an affiliate link. And I did a video. I showed it to you, and I'll put that in the description box below. I did that last week. But you can take a look at that list and you can just pick order. I want these dishes. They're tried and true because I've used them and I like them. And it's not junk. I didn't buy top of the line, but also I didn't buy the cheapest thing either. So you can buy right from there, deliver it right to your house. I'll make probably, $5 if you bought a lot of things on that list. But use that. Don't just get so focused that you have to have turnkey. Because here's another example. I got a lot of stories. I had a gentleman who wanted to buy this house. This was like 2 years ago. And he drug his feet. And then when he finally went to go make an offer, he was pushing the sellers. He wanted the furniture because it was easier for him. And I told him, do not push these people for this furniture. They don't want to sell it. They want it. But nope. he wanted the furniture, he made me write it in the contract, and guess what happened? They got another offer without the furniture, and he lost the house. And for 2 years, he would call. That was a great house. And like, yeah, I know. I told you, you didn't listen to me. And I said it just like that. And if he ever calls me again, he called me like twice. Like, hey, I told you, buy that house, leave the furniture go. You don't want to listen to me. You're up in Canada freezing. We're down here warm. So, don't make that a buying decision. Swear to God. And guys, I know every guy says, I don't know how to buy furniture. You walk into one of those furniture stores, one of the salespeople will be able to help you pick out all the furniture that you need. You don't have to go thrift store shopping. You get the big basic stuff like your mattresses and your bed set and your sofa and your, 100-inch TV. And I got a guy that'll mount it on the wall for you. And then you decorate it as you need it. So don't get hung up on Turnkey. I'm going to say this throughout this video. Let's talk about the TV mounts, because the TV mounts are technically mounted to the wall, but you can take them off. So you can either leave them with the home or take them. Now, if you take them, just make sure you patch up the holes because it'll leave a big mess. Most of my sellers will take the TV off the wall and leave the mount. It's just easier to do it that way. Why do people sell Turnkey? Well, there are a couple of reasons why sellers will sell Turnkey. Many times their family member has passed and they just don't want to deal with it. So they're like, just sell everything Turnkey, whatever. Sometimes the furniture can be nice, but a lot of times it's older furniture, and I've seen nice things, but I've seen a lot of junk, and it's like gross. It's like the buyer is doing the seller a favor by taking it. You're just going to have to get rid of it. There's another story. I had a buyer who almost didn't purchase the home because it was listed Turnkey, and they had their own furniture, and he wanted to keep it, and he didn't want all that furniture. I said, listen, don't you worry. When you go to close, I'll get that furniture out of here. So what I did with that is a couple days ahead of closing, I had photos of everything. I put it on Facebook Marketplace. And I got some response, but it was like, can I come this time? Can I come that time? And it was too much hassle. And I was going to try to make them a couple of bucks. I was going to give them the money. And then the day before closing, I put free. The next morning, a woman and her husband came. They made 2 trips. They unloaded everything out of that home. They were thrilled. My buyers were thrilled. They kept a couple of the things, but everything went, and because they didn't need it. So sometimes selling it Turnkey you might lose a buyer from it. So we're going to get practical here. I just sold a Turnkey home. The furniture was stunning, and it was worth the price. I mean, it was a really expensive patio villa. It's the one that I called a premier patio villa. We sold it in 10 days, and but that buyer is getting a great deal because that furniture was beautiful. But again, sometimes it's not, and you can't let that be your sole decision on buying a home. So for sellers, what I instruct them to do, if possible, before you are ready to list the home, take the things out that you want to keep as best as possible. Pack them away so the buyer doesn't even see it, because once the buyer sees it, they want it, whether they really need it or not, but they want it because they saw it. So get rid of it, but make sure you try to pack up everything that you want to keep and put it aside somewhere, or put it aside in the bedroom and say, hey, these things don't convey, or put notes on the things like, like on that unit there. That's my grandmother's. I would put, this isn't included. That's easy enough. Buyers can see it when they come through, and there is no confusion. But we still want to make sure that we have a list and we put it into that contract of what conveys and what doesn't. So if you're thinking about purchasing a Turnkey home, keep the items that I just reviewed in this video in mind. Make sure buyers and sellers, if you're looking at one, you have a list of everything that's in there. Sellers, make sure you have everything listed that you want to keep. If you're thinking about offering the furniture for sale separately, buyers, if they want furniture, they'll ask whether it's in that listing or not. Is the furniture included? Or they'll turn around and say, hey, do they want to sell that outdoor furniture? So their buyers are very proactive. I tell my sellers, number one, if you want to sell this furniture and this is in that giveaway, put a price on it. Price by the room. Don't price furniture like it's a yard sale or just have a yard sale, because it's so difficult, because then it's like, I want that picture frame, I want that sofa, I want that chair, how much do you want for this, how much do you want for that? So I tell my buyers everything in one room, primary bedroom, second bedroom, third bedroom, and everything that's included in it. Put a price on it. But I tell my sellers, we are not going to list it in there as furniture available separately. And you want to know why? Because all the offers we get will say, this is my offer, but I want all the furniture. And it's never usually asking price. It's always whatever they would offer without the furniture. And sellers get upset because they feel like they're getting lowballed. So I tell the sellers, let's leave it separate, let them ask for it. Once we go under contract, because I like to deal with the home sale first. We deal with the home, get the home under contract, and then I like to put the buyer and seller together. I know most of the time we don't want buyers and sellers together, but I don't sell furniture. I'm licensed to sell real estate. I don't work for City Furniture. I hate selling furniture. It is a place where everybody gets aggravated. The buyers lowball, the sellers want more than it's probably worth, and everybody starts fighting. And I don't want my seller to lose the buyer or the buyer to lose the home they want, because they start arguing over furniture before we have the contract done. So we deal with the home sale first, get the contract executed, and then we work on the selling of the furniture. But again, I tell the sellers, leave it, let somebody offer it. I tell my buyers, pay attention, don't offer any money for furniture right up front. I know I'm showing all my cards, but hey, I'm completely transparent. I'm no BS. So this is how it is. I tell the buyers, do not offer any money for furniture right away, because guess what? 2-3 weeks down the road, they're probably going to leave a lot of those things behind because they figure out it doesn't fit. They don't want to move it, whatever. So you might get things for free that you would have paid for 2-3 weeks ago. So if you want someone that knows how to negotiate through these deals and find you the best possible deal, call me. I'm your girl. Oh, my number's been up here all the time, so you actually can call me. All right, so we have reviewed the differences, what turnkey means, how it can affect you, how it can affect the sale, what to do if you want to sell your furniture separately for buyers and sellers. Don't forget, get that cheat sheet below, the checklist, so you can keep yourself organized when you're going to sell your home turnkey. And don't forget my book, The Villages Florida Playbook. You can get that on Amazon in print or in Kindle. It is a great resource for you if you're thinking about buying a home here in the Villages, Florida. Thank you for watching this episode, and you might want to stay around for this next one. I think you might like it. All right, let me know if you purchased a turnkey home, what you thought of the furniture. Did you keep it? Did you sell it? Did you throw it away after you moved in? I'm Robyn Cavallaro, Realtor in the Villages, Florida. Thank you for watching this episode. I'll see you next time.